You could turn me on and turn me off with your gaze. You could make me feel oh so much with your ways. It's so perfect the way you play me. It's magnetic the way you pull me into you, the way you
Makes a lot of sense with this draft. Very explosive mid-game power. See what that final pick here for Zeus is going to be. I mean, he really can just play a ranged top laner here and make this a triple threat, but instead,
yeah,
they want
just
that
Scion, man. It's so strong. This is just classic front to back, and you can play around so much utilizing the Jhin. The Tempered Fate can be so powerful at disrupting this so that the orange tank can literally just move forward like a tank and just mow him down. The Graves hover has been happening a lot for Gen G more recently, as Canyon going to be choosing a little bit more of a damaging route. Will take the Nefiri into Kanavi.
You flick the switch, you know me so well. You turn me on.
I'm most curious about... Love that one.
The Capybara is just so good.
Has a capybara in any form of media ever, like, not been great?
Nope. I think it's impossible for it to actually be not the most adorable thing ever. Like, you're such a swine, is what it sounded like in my brain. Now Zeus is going to get walloped and does need to use his ulti to get himself out. In the meantime, here on this bottom side, Duro is taking Kanavi for a walk and will be able to soften him up with a bit of Q damage. And Gen G,
I'm going to follow up a set of headshots.
oh, Canyon could be in trouble here, though. Cosmic Binding does come down. They get the W pretty early as Canyon trying to work out what to do. He's very close to a wall, and that's first blood going over to Ruler. Canyon in the back of this pit, though, will be taken down by Zekka in the meantime, and he bounces over the wall and is going to be able to keep himself safe. Delight, though, may not be as lucky as the flash follow is a little late from Duro as the chains are going to get broken, and it's a 1-to-1. Gen G walking away with the first blood advantage. Yeah, it's just not very fair. As Canyon going to walk on over. It is going to be HLE securing the first grub. But there's an ult in from the Nefiri. Delight does set up the magical journey, does take it in the end. And it looks like it is going to be a 1-to-2 as far as the grubs are concerned. Zeus actually taking a lot of damage towards his top side, though, as he walks forward towards Kiin. Kiin going for that lethal tempo variant of the Gnar as well, doing a lot of damage here as Duro. But it's okay. You can still AoE stun in the late game and mid game. It'll be fine.
When you get a lead, you just kind of press your buttons towards the enemy. Jhin ult.
Yeah, the curtains have been called.
He has no TP. He has to back again.
Oh, no. But now I guess it's there for real now. It's not just a prop. Maybe
well, I think how items work is you just like you put another gun in your backpack and it makes your gun better or something.
Ah, that's how it works. It's all right. Chovy is put into the Cataclysm here, but there is a Tibbers in there as well. Dash Cannon comes forward. Zekka does a lot of damage in that instance when it could have been a gigantic advantage, as Chovy not going to get hit by everything, but does take a whole bunch of damage. That Dash Cannon, that's why he buys it every time, ladies and gentlemen. And Delight now going to take a bunch of damage here from Canyon. Is extra effective against a team like HLE. Is now Zekka going to take a whole bunch of damage. I am going to hold that thought for a moment as he just throws down the ulti defensively against this Gnar. And I don't see what the answer is going to be to this champion, as now Kanavi going to have to get out of there. Does manage to grab himself the Rift Scuttler, but the Herald is going to be thrown down in mid lane to take down that first turret of the game. And Gen G very passively moved to almost a 3,000 gold lead. As I say passively, there's the doggos coming out. Thank you, Baha Men, for that beautiful song from a million years ago.
the setup and just getting completely destroyed. As Duro might be completely destroyed.
Yep. Zeka goes between the worlds. Duro does have the good old empowered W, but that is going to be... Oh, the flash forward. Duro gets his Inspire back, though, and walks it off.
There it is, right into the front line.
Yep. Let's see whether this is going to be Zeus finding an angle to get an ult off, get a few knockups as Mega Gnar for Kiin is pretty early as he throws the house around. Zeus in that front line as they do manage to get a Tempered Fate onto one, but the follow-up isn't quite there because Kiin is running amok. And now the train's going to come on through. Tried to sidestep it, did Chovy, and he just gets bounced on. Flashes out of the way, though, and keeps himself alive. Kiin may not be so lucky as the flash forward comes in from Zeus. Ruler sets up the ultimate, though, and takes down Kanavi. And now Canyon goes in, gets two already, but he will be taken down. Somehow, Genji actually come out on top as far as the kills, but the health bars looking way better for Hanwha Life Esports.
Chovy escapes and is now going to head back to this fight as well.
As the value of the items, but Caitlyn certainly able to utilize these three very effectively as Ruler going to get caught by the Tempered Fate. Let's see whether Genji can make this one work, as in goes Zeus, there's a Cataclysm, and down will go the Jin. Canyon now in a bit of trouble, has to flash out of the way, but Zeka shows up. Chovy's able to get himself out of the ulti, though, pretty comfortably, and now Duro trying to CC Kanavi. Tibbers gets out of there, and the Magical Journey is going to get HLE out of the scrap as well, as Kanavi was looking very, very low, but they walk away with that one kill. Looks like Genji are not done yet, though, as there's a great knock-up onto Duro, and he's going to explode. Zeko takes that kill down. And finally, HLE win themselves a convincing fight.
Going to be likely to go over. I mean, Canyon could try to look for the steal here, but they're going to say no.
Yeah, a lot of damage available here for Zeka as well, so he can't really face check. The Baron is down to about 6,000, and Delight taking a lot of damage here from Kiin, charging up that Nalbar as well, as Genji do not want to give this one up without a fight. Kiin goes in, there's the ulti from Zeus, though fantastic. Canyon steals away the Baron and kills Zeka! Oh man! They're going to have to play together on the national team after this! Oh, that's so unfair!
Oh my
Canyon
God.
is just going to steal the game back for Genji.
Oh man, that last part sent me.
Sorry.
Kill this Aurora, but also I'm going to press D on the way.
He was barely in range!
Yeah, it's crazy. It doesn't even look like he's in range in the replay.
Oh my goodness. Well, now Kiin and Chovy throwing some abilities at Zeus, building up that damage taken number, as Kiin is not afraid of anything at all. As Zeka is going to be taken down, Chovy is the one that locks up the kill. In the meantime, Canyon is just killing Kanavi, getting him out of his own jungle. And yeah, Zeus, I mean, he's still taking a fair bit of damage here, but HLE are just getting corralled.
Just blames, like,
I mean, really, it didn't look like he was in range to me.
No, I mean, like, I really think we can't criticize HLE too much. We just have to celebrate Genji in this one. 4.4k ahead as they go in.
Yep. That is a decent number for Kiin, but he's going to... Oh, never mind. He's killed by the Cataclysm and not able to get any value at all in this fight. Genji may just have to get out of here. Tempered Fate onto two, though. They're not going to have the option. Flash out from Ruler, but Duro is dead. And HLE are angry, and they are going to be able to deny the soul from Genji.
They deny the soul, and they cut the gold lead in half. Bit of a sloppy setup there for Genji as they just kind of push into the jungle. And there's so much burst here, even with the lead they have, even with the Mountain Soul point they have. It's not a Mountain Soul, as Ruler is just getting run down.
Oh,
Aurora
no.
going to TP on him. I think he's just dead.
Yeah, Ruler is the Jin trying to hurt a Scion, and that is just never going to happen. Over comes Gumayusi to take him out. Yeah, and Gumayusi, he is 305 with 4 items completed, and they're the 4 good items as well, right? He's going to be doing so much damage from this point onward. And it doesn't even really matter how much armor
he
you
is
get to build.
flashless.
No one's really building all that much of it. As Kiin is going to jump on top of Delight. Yeah, he takes about 50% of his health bar. There's the rest of it as, okay, Tempered Fates himself as Zeka. Oh dear, not actually going to find the angle to get himself in, so it's just the Bard dying for free. And Zeka has to ult to get to safety. The curtains are being called though. 1 bullet. Is that going to be enough here? And I think it just may be. As Canyon comes on over and is able to lock down the kill, and now it's HLE's turn to just fall apart at the seams.
Massive damage, but everything is falling apart around him right now as here comes the Scion focus.
Oh dear, well, it's going to take about 15 minutes to take him down. Well-calibrated boss fight there as Zeus is able to get himself out, and Kanavi as well.
Set up a first pick. Like, if they can kill anybody, I think their front to back is insane at this point. The Caitlyn is so huge.
Oh,
this could be the pick.
Yeah, Ruler is very, very dead. The question is, can Genji do anything about it? And the answer is absolutely not.
Elixir, he is so tanky right now.
Yeah, he is an absolute monster. As there's Chovy getting engaged on, flashes out of the Cataclysm, but he's still taking so much damage. Juro wants to try and help him, but I don't think Chovy's making it out of this one. Finds the Incinerate stun, but Kanavi's there with the Q to take him down, and now the Tempered Fate going to be avoided. No, Canyon actually in the GA, and now comes back up to die. Ruler tries to get out of the way of Zeus, but we know how this one goes. It's real difficult to escape this Scion, as Kanavi is chasing after them. Finally, he's able to get aggressive. And he does flag and drag forward, but Genji, they get underneath their turret. We'll see whether this is actually enough to keep them safe, though. Because HLE are kind of immune to damage.
I think
HLE is in the front line.
I think they just end here. There's just not enough to deal with them anymore. They need Chovy. Ruler's not going to be able to get it done by himself here. They try to thin the wave. That's their best chance.
Yep, they need to try and deal with these minions. So the first Nexus turret is going to go down, though, as Kiin pulling the wave as best he can. He does have that Nabar building, as now Gumayusi needs to be careful. He's got a GA, but he is not immortal. At least Delight stands in front of him, avoids that deadly flourish damage. So the game isn't over just yet.
Chovy's going to respawn. HLE need to get out of here ASAP.
Yeah, the Dragon is still up and available. There's a deadly flourish, as now Chovy looks to try and get on top of Zeus. Man, he is booking it with those upgraded Swifties.
What a game we have here. Now HLE are going to go back to this Dragon here. They have that super minion push wave in the mid lane, and even though they're a little bit bruised, they are able to go over here and secure this without a contest. Canyon so close.
Yeah.
Can he catch Zeka with Kiin's help?
Yeah, Kiin gets that boomerang down. There's a deadly flourish. The ulti comes forward. Zeka is likely to die to the bleed and will go down to the Nefiri. And the curtains have been called on Delight as well. HLE now so incredibly low as they look to make their way out. And Canyon, oh, you cannot overextend on this one, though, buddy. This could be scary, as Kiin is inside the enemy base. I guess he is not afraid of anything at all as he gets in front of the trained as Canyon. And Zeus taking a lot of damage here. We've been saying it all game, but that is continuing to be true, as Kiin, a very angry Nah, now turns Mega, but takes so much damage, and the Cataclysm going to take him down. The Scion's also dead, though, as the rest of Genji are getting down to business.
Yeah.
They deal with the top inhibitor turret. They get the inhibitor as well, and now it's Genji that moved the needle back in their direction. There's a little bit more gold back in their pockets, but 1 minute's time on this
Ruler
Dragon.
not again.
And Ruler is able to walk out of the way of the spot there, as it's a lot of damage. And the Cataclysm avoided by Ruler, though, very nicely, and he hits that first bullet. Second goes wide, third hits home, and Kanavi almost down to the GA already as the interruption from Zeus just puts him down. Now Kiin looking to make his way in. Kanavi still extraordinarily low with that GA in hand as Ruler gets put in between the worlds, but Zeka's unable to finish him off. The flash forward from Chovy gets the stun. There's the follow-up. Boom goes the Dynamite, and down will go the Aurora. It's in trade for Kiin, though, so a 1-for-1 here at 40 minutes into the game. And Gumayusi, he gets the snipe, gets the GA under Canyon, who then goes untargetable, tries to get away, but Gumayusi's got the bullets, and he takes him down. No smite for Genji, no hope for the Baron.
Those resistance. I want to see that armor. He wants to end the game right now, though. He's going to charge into this turret, or try to.
Yeah, didn't quite. He got there a little early, but Chovy is splitting on the bottom side of the map as well. They will be able to take down this inhibitor very quickly, though. And with the Baron, I mean, they can move over towards this mid lane at the same time. As 2 inhibs now down, there is a wave now crashed on the bottom inhib turret. So, I mean, they're not going to be taking 3, but these Nexus turrets are not long for the world. And, I mean, Gumayusi's got all of his items. This guy hits for about 1 trillion with every auto attack. And there is the Tempered Fate, actually buys Genji some time, but now if they just let Guma hit this Nexus, they will just lose the game, and Genji do that right now. Game number 1 goes to HLE, and they just would not be silent.